and bars.
Grandma, when you were a little girl, what did it mean to be a black girl when you were a little girl?
Huh?
When you were a little girl back in the 1920s or 1930s, what did it mean to be a black girl?
What did it mean to be a black girl?
Yeah, like what kind of like status or significance did you have in relation to other people?
We had such a relationship, we were all to ourselves, that a generation later, when they put your mom into a school with white kids, she couldn't understand white because she had never seen white.
Mm-hmm.
And when she went to, she was in kindergarten. The first year she went to school, she went to kindergarten over to community center with Mrs. Sarah Maxfield, who used to teach kindergarten at the Gay Street School. When she stopped teaching there, she retired from there. They started the kindergarten at the community center. That's the Charles Melton Scholarship, Art Center now.
Mm-hmm.
Your mom was in her last kindergarten there. She's given up. She's retired again. She's not going to do any more teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when your mom goes to first grade, instead of her going to Gay Street School right up the street 3 blocks, she has to go to High Street School. Everybody, there's white there. There's 4 kids from the neighborhood, black children, that are going there.
Mm-hmm.
4 kids that she knew: Kathy Johnson, Tommy Beecham, Tommy Beecham, Wendell Gore, and your mom.
Mm-hmm.
So when I go for the PTA, the teacher's telling me that, when you have children draw figures, draw pictures, every time she draw a picture, she would a person she colored brown.
Mm-hmm.
She said that just shows she's proud of her race, or something. That's all she knew.
Mm-hmm.
She came home with these stories, like telling me a little girl kept touching her hair and touching her face, and the little girl asked her, "Did she ever tell you why her hair wasn't like?" Say, "Why isn't my hair like this?" That. She said, "Because you're white." And the little girl said, "What's white?" And your mom said, "Like a piece of paper with no writing on it." Mom, I told her it's like a piece of paper with no writing on it. So one day I was uptown with your mom. She was only like, she hadn't even gone to school then to be with the white kids. She was only like 3, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And she was making this grunting noise. And I looked down to see what she was doing. She was trying to wipe the white off a little girl's face. She was on the girl's face, and I said, "Oh, don't do that." And the mother kind of like snickered. It's usually the other way around. Because when I was 16, I was working for a family on Matley Street across the railroad in the other world. That's what they say, you live on the wrong side of the track.
Mm-hmm.
I lived on the side where we had a toilet on the back porch.
Mm-hmm.
We had updated from the outhouse to a toilet and went across the track. This woman had hardwood floors, open staircase, ceramic floor in the kitchen, ceramic tile in the bathroom. And I was there, to babysit her little boy, to be a caregiver.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted somebody to stay in because it was a 24/7, 24-hour job.
How old were you?
16. I turned 6. That's the summer I turned 16.
So this is 1931.
And the little boy was 3 years old.
1941.
And I slept in his bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
On a cot in his bedroom. He's laying up in the soft bed, and I'm on a cot in his bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
So if he needed to go to the bathroom, if he wanted to drink of water, anything he needed all night long, didn't have to disturb his parents. I was right there to be his maid. And one day I washed, and I had just hung the clothes up on the line. He had a little girl live next door that used to come over and play with him all the time. So they had this garden swing. And I sat down in the swing, and Mary was on one side of me, Maurice was on the other side. And Mary said, "Alfreda," they didn't even call me, they didn't call me Miss Alfreda. I had to call her Mrs. Lynette, but I was Alfreda even to her little kid, little 3-year-old kid.
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Alfreda, Why is your hand clean on this side and dirty on that side?
Who said that?
The little girl who lived next door.
Hmm.
I said, Mary, didn't you just see me hang clothes up? He said, yeah. I said, didn't I have my hands in soap and water?
Mm-hmm.
And if it was that dirt, wouldn't it have come off?
Mm-hmm.
And she looked at me and I said, if you want to know why that is clean white, well, this looks a different color. You got to ask God because that's the way He made me.
Mm-hmm. What'd she
And she
say?
said, okay. Kept on swinging.
How old was she when she asked that?
3 years old. 3 or 4, just same age as Maurice.
And how did you formulate that explanation? Were you offended when she said that to you?
No, because I knew she was innocent and didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't know that was my body color.
Mm-hmm.
She couldn't understand my hands on this. You know, why is your hand clean on this side and dirty on that side?
Mm.
That's not dirt. Because if it was dirt, it would have come off while I was washing clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to know why it's a different color, you have to ask God. Because that's how He made me.
What did your mom teach you about being black and female, or being a black
My
woman?
mother didn't. My mother was the one that told me that folks that your money is as good as hers when I was 8 years old. And the next time somebody stands in front of you, you step in front of them and tell them I'm next.
Mm-hmm.
Color didn't mean a damn thing to my mother, and she would tell you in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I was brought. And she didn't, and money didn't mean.
Right.
Because her and my grandmother said, it's no disgrace to be poor, it's just a little unhandy.
Mm-hmm.
So we were taught that even not having anything wasn't no disgrace.
Mm-hmm.
That you were good as the next person.
Mm-hmm.
Brought us up like that.
Mm-hmm. And you know what's interesting is I tell people that my blackness was handed to me on a silver platter. So I always knew that this was something special to have, where people were shamed or anything like that.
Right.
And I don't know if that was intentional, but a lot of people say that I'm pro-black because I elevate the fact that we are beautiful and lovely and amazing and exceptional.
Right.
Whereas other people don't know that.
Right. Because we were not taught to be inferior.
Right.
We were not taught that. So even if you feel inferior to nobody, we're just as bold as brass. I mean, we were just taught that way. I don't feel intimidated by no color person. You be white and I had to laugh